Friends, today we will start new chapter, refraction of light at plane surfaces. We have learnt about the reflection of light on plane surface in class 7th and 8th. Beauty of nature is made apparent with light. Light exhibits many interesting phenomena. Let us try to explore a few of them. You might have observed that a coin kept at the bottom of a vessel filled with the water appears to be raised, right? Similarly, a lemon kept in glass of water appears to be bigger and its size. When a thick glass slab is placed over some printed letters, the letters appears raised when viewed through the glass tub. What could be the reason for the above observation? Activity 1. Take some water in a glass tumbler. Keep a pencil in it. Look at the pencil from the side of the glass and also from the top of the glass. How does it look? Do you find any difference between the two views? Activity 2. Go to a long wall facing the sun. Go to one end of the wall and ask your friend to bring a bright metal object near the other end of the wall. When the object is few inches from the wall, it appears distorted and you will see a ray reflected image in the wall. All through the wall where a mirror. Why is there an image of object on the wall? To answer the above questions and to give reasons for the situations mentioned, we need to understand the phenomena of refraction. Take a shallow vessel with opaque walls such a mug. Place a coin at the bottom of the vessel. Move away from the vessel until you cannot see the coin. Like this, you take a tub, one coin you place, you see from the other end of the wall. You go till you can't reach your coin. Your eye can't reach your eye. Stand there. Ask your friend to fill the vessel with water. When the vessel is filled with water, the coin comes back into view. Why are you able to see the coin when the vessel is filled with water? You know that ray of light originating from the coin doesn't reach your eye when the vessel is empty. Hence, you couldn't see the coin. But the coin becomes visible to you after the vessel is filled with water. How is it possible? Do you think that a ray reaches your eye when the vessel is filled with water? When it is empty, you cannot see the coin. But when you filled with water, you can see the coin. Okay. If yes, draw a ray diagram from the eye. Keep it in mind that light traveling in the medium takes a straight line path. The above questions can be answered by Fermat's principle. The principle that light ray travels along between point in a path which needs the possible time to cover. Let us apply principle to our activity. By observing the path of a ray, it is clear that light ray changes its direction at the interface separating the two medium, that is water and air. This path is chosen by light ray so as to minimize time of travel between coin and eye. This is possible only if the speed of light changes at interface of two media. Thus we can conclude that speed of light changes when light propagates from one medium to another. The process of changing speed at any interface when light travels from one medium to another, resulting in a change in direction, is refraction of light. The process of refraction involves bending of light ray except when it is incident normally. Consider the light travels from medium 1 with V1 to medium 2 with speed V2. What difference do you notice in figure 2A and 2B? Is there any relation between the behavior of refracted rays and speed of light? Experiments have showed that change in the direction of light is due to change in the speed of light in the medium. If V2 is less than V1, then medium 2 is said to be denser. If V2 is less than V1, then medium 2 is said to be denser with respect to medium 1. If V2 is greater than V1, then medium 2 is said to be rarer with respect to medium 1. If V2 is less than V1, then it is said to be denser. If V2 is larger than V1, then it is said to be rarer. If light rays enters from rarer medium to denser medium, then refracted ray moves towards the normal drawn at the interface of separation of two mediums. When it travels from denser medium to rarer medium, it bends away from normal. We have seen that the ray of light deviates from its path at the interference. Draw a normal at a point of incidence. Let I be the angle made by the incident ray with normal, and R be the angle made by refracted ray with the normal. These angles are called angle of incidence and angle of refraction respectively. To explain the process of refraction, we need to know about a constant called refractive index, which is a property of a transparent medium. Let us learn about it. The extent of change in direction that takes place when a light ray propagates through one medium to another medium is expressed in terms of refractive index. The extent of change in direction. The change in direction that is taking place when light travels from one medium to another is called refract. Thank you, students. In next class we will continue next chapter.